Hello, I'm in York. Don't know if there's any signs behind me that give that away, but York is chock full of history, no matter where you look. Like here at the Shambles, a very popular medieval street, one built just wide enough to fit a cart down, and one that I'm taking up pretty much all the space filming, so I'll shift.
The Shambles and this section of York date back to the 14th century, and once was the place of all of York's butchers, given the name Great Flesh Shambles, after all the shelves of meat that were displayed here, and you can still see butchers' hooks on some of the buildings. And as in-person me mentioned, the stones below were just the right width to get your delivery of meat on a cart through the street.
And speaking of medieval streets, I'm here in one of York's many gullies or alleyways, giving the charming colloquialism Snickleways.
A term that first appeared in Mark W. Jones's book A Walk Around the Snickleways of York, published in 1983, and now has become the popular name for gullies here.
And some of these Snickleways have wonderful names, such as Mad Alice Lane, Hole in the Wall, and Never Horn Pot Lane. However, there is a street with arguably the best name in York. Whip-Ma-Whop-Ma-Gate. And yes, this is it. Roughly 24 metres or 80 foot worth of street. Almost there, and that's it.
It's the shortest street in York, with only a few addresses located here. 1, 1A, 1.5, 3, and 5. Don't know where 4 ended up going.
The origin of the name is debated, but according to the plaque on the street, the first recorded name was in 1505 with Whip-Ma-Whop-Ma-Gate, meaning what a street. And the second alteration, pretty similar, with Whitney-Watney-Gate.
And in the Middle Ages, it was supposedly the location of the city's whipping posts and stocks, which could make the whip part of the name. Although this part of the name does appear to be a bit of a myth, it would be rather peculiar to have a site of punishment on such a small and narrow street, as Whip-Ma-Whop-Ma-Gate has not changed much over the years.
However, some people believe the origins of Whip-Ma-Whop-Ma is supposed to mean neither one thing nor the other.
Which to me makes quite a lot of sense, as it's always been a small and narrow street, never really been home to anything much notable other than its own name. Although there is one part of the name that many historians do agree upon, and that is the gate part, coming from the Norse gata, or street, which, like in many places in the UK, and in particular York, there are plenty of other streets with gate at the end, just the same.
And no matter the origin, I think it's a fantastic little street. And it's fascinating how something as basic as our streets in our cities can come with so much history and intrigue, and this video being just a small snippet of that. But thank you very much for watching this video and my first trip here in York. Huge thank you to all my supporters on Ko-fi, and until next time, ta-ra. Used to be a doorway there. Hello, I'm in York. I don't know. Mad Alice Lane, Mad Alice Lane, Mad Alice Lane, Mad Alice Lane, Mad Alice Lane. Hole in the wall! Hole in the wall! Hole in the wall! Yeah, there's enough of that. It's echoing everywhere.